Hello and welcome to Stories by Sarah Lizabeth. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. I can't wait to share this one with you. It's a good one, but it'll be a fast one because I have a busy week this week. So I'm taking time just to squeeze in the story real quick so I can get it out to you every Tuesday. And I appreciate you coming by and listening to my stories. So I was working with a client this fall who was very put together in her professional life, but she definitely needed me as her planner because she had lots of questions and lots of things to navigate that she was unsure about. And I'm pretty sure that they were working through the planning process for about 9 months before they even contacted me. So I was happy to take over. And you know, usually when I meet with someone, one of the first things that people ask me is, when can we get our marriage license? They're so excited, they want to rush off to the clerk's office, they want to know the procedures and the policies, and they want to get their marriage license. When you go to get a marriage license, you can only have it for 30 days. You have to get married within that 30-day time frame from when you get it issued. So, you know, sometimes I'm having to slow the clients down and say, just, you know, wait till 30 days out, and then, 30 days, you can go get that marriage license. And so this client in particular, you know, we had discussions about this early in the process, and then we didn't discuss it again. And so it was Friday night before her wedding, and I was texting her about some things that she needed to bring me the next day. And one of the things that I said was, don't forget the marriage license. When y'all get married, you need a marriage license. It's part of the process. You gotta go down to the clerk's office, you gotta get it, and you have to bring it with you. So when I had texted her and said, hey, don't forget the marriage license, I hadn't heard back from her, which, you know, wasn't putting up any alarms because I knew that they were at their rehearsal dinner. And so I just said something like, see you in the morning, can't wait. I got to the venue at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was starting with the rental company and the flowers and the decor. And it wasn't gonna be until about 11 before she showed up. And so as soon as she got there, I went up and greeted her and congratulated her on the big day and said, hey, yeah, remember that marriage license? I can get it from you now and take it to who needs to have it. And she said, oh yeah, the marriage license. Yeah, we never got one. You never got a marriage license? You're joking, right? I kept thinking this was a huge joke on me, haha. And so I always stay positive on event day, no matter what is happening. And so I'm looking at her with a smile on my face. It's okay, we're gonna take care of it. Internally, I am like, okay, there has been a lot of stuff that has happened, but we just might not have a wedding today because pastor might not officiate. So I'm a processor. And so for me, I'm internally processing what I need to do, how I need to take care of the situation. Meanwhile, great, well, I got it. And so I told her, I said, well, you know, I don't know that the officiant will actually perform the ceremony if there's no marriage certificate. This is a first for me, so I'm gonna need to go figure out a plan and come back to you. And so I went off and I went to call the officiant because I knew with state law, and I knew how, you know, every pastor that I've ever worked with, one of the first things that they ever say to me is, where's the marriage certificate? I knew I needed to time out and go call the pastor. Well, the conversation did not go well. I wish I had better news for y'all out there, but I spoke to the officiant. He did confirm that he too has never experienced this before, so yay, 2 of us. And so he was gonna have to think about it. Now he was getting a little worked up, is what we say around here. He was getting a little worked up over the phone. He was upset that we didn't have a marriage license. And so as I'm protecting the client, I just said, you know, whatever I need to do, if I need to drive you this marriage license on Monday, meet you wherever you are, I'm happy to do that. Just whatever it takes. Will you be here in 4 hours for the ceremony? And he needed a minute to think about it. It was the longest minute of my life because I was continuing to think about all the things that I had to get done that morning. And then I had to wait to see if he was even gonna be there, which was fun. Which if he wasn't gonna be there, that meant that I needed to find an officiant in 4 hours. And so he let me know that he was not going to be able to make it to the wedding. Awesome. Cool, dude. So I ended up hanging up the phone with him, thanking him for his time, and proceeded to call every person that I know that is religious, has some sort of religious affiliation, may have even thought about attending a church at one point in their life. Anybody that could stand and read the ceremony and officiate the ceremony. So I had to go back and tell the client. And so I said, you know, my suspicions were correct. He is not going to be able to perform the ceremony without a marriage license. I am doing whatever I can to find somebody that can come and officiate your wedding. But do you happen to know anyone by chance? And she said, well, I actually have a friend that's a judge, and she is in Chattanooga, which is 2.5 hours away. So I said, can you call her? And can I talk to her? And so I got her on the phone, and she and I talked through the ceremony to just make sure that she was gonna feel comfortable about it. And she said she was good to go, but being that she was 2.5 hours away, she needed to get going, and she needed to get her stuff together and get to town. So I told her once she got in the car to go ahead and give me a call. And when she did, I was like setting up table placements and flowers and draping while on the phone, reading a ceremony, going through everything in the ceremony so that she would feel as comfortable as possible. And when she got to town, we had a little brief meeting as well, just to make sure that she felt comfortable, kind of walked her through the space and where she was gonna go. And y'all, she killed it. She did amazing. So great that everyone was sort of going, man, that officiant was awesome. Who is she? Where did you book her from? And you know, I was just like, you know, it's all part of the plan. But she really did step up to the plate and came in and helped her friend that day. So much so that even the bride and groom were saying, I mean, we were the ones that got married today, and everyone was praising her for what an amazing job she did. But it was really great to see someone kind of step in and take action and know that they just needed to knock it out of the park, and she did. So y'all know I like to give you some advice. I've been doing this a long time, so I've got lots of advice. First, y'all need a marriage license. You do. And if you don't have one, by law, the pastor does not have to officiate your wedding. So hopefully you will get one, because it's what people love to do. I mean, they get the picture in the clerk's office, they post it on Instagram or Facebook. So next time you know someone that's getting married, just check in with them and make sure that they've got a marriage license and that they can make it official. Thanks so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm off, busy week. We'll see you soon.